It has been an amazing journey for you
It has.
from when you came to that.
Yeah, it's been great. And I mean, I just want to win tonight. That's it. Have a good time. That's it. But I know, who knows, right? What can happen after this? But that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about just having a good time tonight, playing, trying to win. We won 4 in a row.
Do you still think about ever the shot in 2010, Game 7, 2010? You'll be remembered forever for that.
Yeah, I mean, not really, but when people bring it up so much, for me it was just like, wow, I won a championship, happy, grateful, got a chance to win, and something I always wanted. I didn't really care about the ring as much. I just wanted the title, I just didn't, I didn't want to finish my career off without a title, and I got it. And, he donated the ring, and I wanted to get another one. I would have kept number 2. I would have kept the second one, but that didn't happen.
I remember 2010, Game 7, the pressure was so intense, yet you didn't feel any of it. It just seemed like you didn't. That's what saved the Lakers that game, and it's because it seemed like, unlike any of your teammates, you just didn't feel any of what everybody else felt.
That's not true. It looked like that, but I had help, right? It looked like that. Well, that morning, I called. That night, I was a nervous wreck. I knew I wanted the title. I knew that, but playing against the Celtics, you don't know what's going to happen. It's Game 7. So that night, I called my psychologist. Right? I called her from Houston, and she flew. She was here the next morning. We had a long conversation, about things that bothered me. And one of the things that bothered me was a good friend of mine. Over the years on the basketball court was Paul. He used to get in my head because he talks some trash, and when somebody talks trash, I forget about basketball, right? And I just forget about basketball and get texts and injections, right? That's something I didn't want to happen that game. I was most worried about that in Game 7, about being ejected. And
you were the coolest one on the floor.
Yeah, but I had help. It wasn't just me. That's why I told y'all. That's why I told y'all that. Once it happened, it was not just me. I was really worried about being ejected. The last time I played against the Pistons, I was with Indiana. I got ejected. Game 6, the score was tied. Going to the finals, play against the Lakers, best team in the league. All-star, everything. I got ejected. They hit 2 free throws and they scored. We lose by 4 points. So I was really worried about that at that time.
So the perception of you has changed 180 degrees. I mean, not 180 degrees, right? Yeah.
I don't care what everybody thinks. I don't care what you think.
Well, it has.
Only you, Bill. That's it. I don't care.
When you came here, I wrote in 2010. They're in trouble.
I know.
And it's all, and everything's changed. Everything.
Absolutely.
And what is it? I mean, does that?
But what's cool about life is I don't really care what people think about me. I honestly don't. But it was cool to see like your stories and then how it changed, right? I appreciate it. You understand? Because
did you change?
Nah, I didn't change. But life goes on. Life goes on. The days change, and you move on to the next day. You move right on, to the next day, and that's it. And people's lives move on, and you start to do different things. I don't ever say anybody's changed, even the worst person in the world. I say they're getting back to who they were at their purest form when you was born as a child. At your purest form as a child. I didn't come out, with gold chains and rapping gangster music right out my mom's womb. Yeah, Mom, we here. Shout out to my hood now, right? You grow and you mold, and the environment and certain things mold you. Anybody, whether you're from North Carolina, the woods, or from Queens Projects, where I'm from, right? And then the key is like trying to just figure out who you are. And be who you are, and that's what I am today.
You said you appreciated what he wrote when you first got
Absolutely.
here. Why?
Well, I love competition. That's why I stayed in New York first. I went to St. John's, stayed in New York while everybody went away, because I love the press and I love the pressure. All my friends left, and I stayed. And I wanted to go to the Knicks for that exact reason. To lose games and then to have all the pressure on me and then to come out on top. I love that. When the fans was booing me, I was open. Boo, don't shoot. I love that. It really, gives me extra motivation. So when he wrote that, I'm like, you know what? Things are gonna change, right? Because I know what type of person I am. I know the good things I do, and I'm not going to change, right? So people's not going to see a change in me overnight. They're not going to see me all of a sudden in a suit and tie, good boy, and that's not going to happen, right? 'Cause that's just not realistic, you know. I kept it realistic, and you guys were able to write, tons of stories on me, good and bad, you know. So not every story you wrote was good, not every one was bad.
Yeah. When you changed your name, I don't think anybody thought it would stick.
Yeah, no.
Right? And now it's like,
Yeah, I thought at that time it was necessary, you know. Like I said, I tried to just be myself, and it wasn't going to be that at first. I was first copying off of Ocho Cinco, totally. I really enjoyed it. I really was amused by what he did. And I'm like, wow, I want to do that. Copycat, 100%. But then I said, okay, if I'm going to do it, try to do something like positive and try to do something like, a little different. Yeah.
and it works. It's your name now.
Yeah. I know, right? And people, I finally got used to it. I remember the first game I checked in was the Clippers. And when they said Metta World Peace, I was coming off the bench at that time. They said Metta World Peace. I remember not wanting to go to the scores table and not wanting to check in. And I was so embarrassed. From here on out, for me?
Yeah. Like, do you want to come back every year, or do you? What do you want to happen?
I think everybody knows I want to get to 20. Right. So for me, I try to keep it simple. I try to do 20 years. I want to win another title. And when I think like that, I don't have to think about nothing else. I work hard in the summer. I'm disciplined. That's all I think about in the summertime. That's why I'm able to run every sprint, every suicide, finish amongst the top in the leaderboard in practice, come out without in the fourth quarter without playing and still play decent, not play all season and get in the game and still do okay. And that's all I think about. I keep it real simple. And when that time is up and I reach my goals, believe me, I'm done. I will not be working hard anymore. I might go to the beach and play dodgeball and sandball. I might do kickball and stuff.
What do you want your legacy here to be? How do you want people to remember you?
I think it's honest, honest, uncensored, honest, obviously in corporate America, you got to be censored a little bit, and you try to be as professional as possible. And I try to do that, and I do that for the most part. But I like for people to get to know me 360 degrees, not just 180. 360 degrees. That way, I'm a little bit more relatable, and I'm just different. Just different.